Hi everybody, welcome to GTCoding. In this tutorial series, we are designing this blog homepage using Next.js. Now in this video, we will add the mobile navigation. So here we can see when we are on smaller screens, we can see that we have this button over here. And if I click on that, we have the mobile navigation menus displayed over here. And on larger screens, we don't see that. So we will implement this in this video. Let's get started. Now for the mobile navigation, we're going to use Sheet from Shadcn. So let's go to the Shadcn website and let's search for Sheet and let's open this. And here we can see this is the sheet, and if I click on open, we can see that we have this sheet opened over here on the right side. So let's implement this. The first thing we need to do is we need to install Sheet from Shadcn. So I'll just copy this command and let's go to our terminal and let's paste it over here. And here we can see Sheet has been added. Now this is how we can implement it. So we need to first of all import these elements from the sheet. So let's copy this and let's go back to our source code. And here in the components, let's create a new component called mobile navigation.tsx and let's paste it over here. And then let's go ahead and export default function mobile navigation, and let's return a div for now. And let's go to our navigation component, and here let's add it just after this div. So here we have the theme toggle, and after this container div ends, let's go ahead and create a comment. I'll just type mobile nav, and here let's go ahead and type mobile navigation, and let's import it from the same folder. So now if we go back and if we go to our website, here we can see that mobile nav is being displayed over here. Now this mobile navigation should not be displayed on larger screens. So here for the mobile nav, let's go ahead and add some classes. So here for the div, let's type class name md hidden, and for smaller screens, let's type flex items center and space x4. And now we can see that the mobile nav is not being displayed, but if we decrease the width of the browser window, now we can see that it is being displayed over here. So now let's start styling this. Let's go back. Let's go to the Shadcn website, and here we can see we need to add a sheet. So let's copy this and let's add it over here. So I'll just paste it over here, and we also need to add the theme toggle button over here. Now we have already created the component called theme toggle, so let's import that right here inside the mobile navigation. So before the sheet, let's go ahead and type theme toggle. So now we can see we also have the theme toggle button displayed over here. Now here we can see that we have the open button, and if I click on that, we have the sheet displayed over here. So now let's go ahead and add an icon over here instead of this open text. So here inside the sheet, this is the sheet trigger, and here I'll just go ahead and type button, and in that I'll just type menu, and we need to import menu from Lucid React. So this is the icon, and for the button, let's go ahead and type variant, and let's set it to ghost, and let's set the size of the button to icon. And for the menu, let's go ahead and type class name h5 and w5. And after that, we have the sheet content, and then we also have the sheet header, and we don't need the sheet header, so I'll just delete sheet header from here. And let's simply go ahead and create a div, and in that we'll just go ahead and loop through our nav items. So let's type nav items, and we have that inside lib constants. So let's import that, and let's type dot map, and for each of the item, I'll just call it item, and let's return a link. So let's type link, and let's get it from next link. Now in this link, we need to go ahead and type item.name. So if we go back to nav items, we can see that we have the name and the href. So we are just simply using this array of objects. And then for the link, let's also add a key. Let's set the key to item.name, and let's add an href, and let's set it to item.href. And now let's go ahead and add some classes. So here for the div, let's go ahead and type class name. Let's set it to flex call space y4 and margin top of 8 and padding of 8. Now if you go back over here, we can see that we have this error, and if I open that, we can see that it says in HTML button cannot be a descendant of a button. So here we can see that this is also considered a button. So here we need to type as child, and now this error goes away. Right now if I click on this button, we can see that it is being displayed over here, but we also have this error, and if I open that, we can see that dialog content requires a dialog title for the component to be accessible for screen readers. So for that, what you have to do is here you need to add a sheet title. And now if I go ahead and click on this, we don't have any errors. So with that, we have created the mobile navigation. Let's also add some classes to the link. So here for the link, let's go ahead and add class name. Let's type text LG, font medium, text foreground, hover text primary, and transition colors, duration of 200. And this is how it looks. Now I'll just go ahead and create a simple page over here for about. So let's type about / page.tsx. So it will create a folder called about and a page.tsx file inside that. Let's type export default function about page, and let's type return about page over here. And now if you go ahead and click on the about button, let's see what happens. We can see that we go to the about page, but this sheet doesn't fold. So we need to add the functionality for that as well. So if I go to the home page, we are being redirected to the home page, but this nav menu should close. So for that, let's go back over here and inside the mobile navigation, let's change this into a use client. And let's remove these unused imports from here. And now here, let's go ahead and create a state called is open. And let's type set is open. And let's set it equal to use state. And let's import it from React. And by default, we'll set it to false. And what we're going to do is for the sheet, we're going to type open. And it'll be open if is open is true. And we also have one more thing called on open change. And we need to set it to set is open. And now here for the links, we need to add an on click. So here let's go ahead and type on click, and let's type set is open, and we need to set it to false. So when we click on any of these links, we need to set the is open state to false, which will trigger closing the sheet. So now let's go ahead and save this. Let's go back to our web page. Let's click on this and let's click on about, and we can see that the sheet closes. So everything is working perfectly. Now the spacing between the theme toggle and the button is not correct. So let's go back to our source code. And here we have a typo. We need to type space. And now we can see everything looks all right. So with that, we have completed creating our Next.js blog homepage. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.